Hello everyone and welcome to episode number 11 of this playthrough of The Witness. The last episode was a little bit aimless, I would say. I was quite tired, but now I've had a night's sleep. Not a great night's sleep, but a night's sleep nonetheless. So we'll hop into this colored area next to the quarry today and focus on a few panel puzzles today, since the last episode was more focused on environment puzzles. Now, I want to quickly show you that I made a checklist for myself for things to do, things I was thinking about in between the episodes, things I want to check out later. And I used the map on the boat that we discovered to check off which areas we've more or less completed, next to a few of the environment puzzles that were still missing. So we're about halfway done with the island, it looks like, going off of this. And I also noted down a few other things to do. So we found, for example, this thing for another video in the cinema room. I was still wondering about the vases when I encountered them and I was trying out how to raise and lower them. I thought there were only 4 possible combinations, but I've had a better or thought about it some more. And I do believe there is a way to raise or lower all 8 of the vases. So I'm curious if there's going to be anything later on that is connected to these colors and perhaps the code. I think we can do it with binary. I'll go back to that in another episode, and maybe it links to a puzzle later on. Not sure yet. Then there's a few doors, things that I was wondering about, puzzles that I still have to solve here with the windmill, a few points of interest that I'm not sure if I've done everything with those that I can or if there's more to them. Then the big tree, I'm not crazy, I swear it's there. I just can't find the perspective yet. And then a few things on my list as well to do. But that's for another episode. Today I'm going to jump straight in, going into this orange colored forest. So we have a cable here that leads to a door with a box there, a yellow box for a laser. So that's maybe the end of this region, not where to start. So let's follow the cable. It seems to disappear behind the rocks there. Let's see if there's a way to get there. Perhaps follow the path. More cable here. Aha, panels, okay. All still dark. All of them. This as well, yes. This is up, blocking our path. But here I see a puzzle. That opens this door. Aha, there's a panel that is active. So let's start over here. So we have a start and end point, but again, just the base rule is not enough. Looking around, I think it's no coincidence that these shadows are here. And perhaps it's a little bit like the temple that we found with the big red tree in the middle, that we have to follow the path that is not blocked by the shadow. So like this. Yeah, okay. So as you can see here, the shadows block these tiles, but we can go in between those shadows there. Okay. Same deal here, I think, but we block the shadow if we get too close. So I'm gonna try and get it from a distance. Go around this one, and then either it's going here or here. This seems more likely. Yeah, okay. Only have half a panel. What is blocking the path? Oh, the door is blocking the path to the shadow. So perhaps we open the door to let the sun also cast a shadow on the bottom part. This. Then I can't really see it well from a distance, so let's get closer. Down this way, looking only at the branches. Oh, perhaps not just looking at the branches. So I noticed here that this corner had also a little bit of shadow on it, but it looked like it was not from a tree. I'll show you by opening the door again. So it looked like it was just some corner of something else. See, this doesn't really look like a branch, so I thought this one perhaps didn't matter, but it does. So it's every shadow you take into account. Okay, we have a splitter, and this has opened a panel here, so we can advance into the quarry, but I want to first go this way. Looking at the sun there, seems like we now have two shadows that are superimposed upon each other. So we have the branches over here, and I think just my logic thought, we had these three panels, and all three of them follow the shadow of the branches. And then we also have these vertical bars that are overhead, also blocking part of the path. But I think we just follow the shadow of the branches, and so we try and think these vertical stripes, that those are not there. So we're only looking at this shadow down here. And then up here we have this branch with another little twig coming out from the top. So I believe we just go like this and ignore the vertical lines. Yeah, okay. Same problem here. Now we have not just vertical, but also horizontal stripes. So we have two horizontal stripes, one here, two vertical stripes, one here, one here. So ignoring those, if I go this way, I'm blocked because all 4 panels here are blocked by this branch. So I think I just go down, then up, over, and around. Okay, another panel goes down, and another split here as well. And I believe these are the panels that we were at before. Yeah, next to the lumber over here. So these were black before. Okay, so same deal it looks like. So we're just finding where the bars are. I believe there's one here, one here. And then vertical, I see this large beam. Is that a part of a branch? A branch that is laying on the bars. So I don't know if we have to take this into account or not. So we have those, and those are branches. So could it be as simple as this? No, it couldn't. Okay. So this is also a branch, even though it's broken off. I have to take it into account. So can't go this way because there's a branch. Let's follow around, over, then up. Okay. So now everything is broken off branches. Okay. This time it was the easy solution. Sneaky there. Where does the cable go? Over here. Now we have diagonal lines because our panel is angled. So we have the bars going here, here, and here. And then I believe these 2, or 3 rather, are also part of that pattern. So let's see, can we go in between the shadows of the branches? So it could either be this or one higher there. Okay, let me have a look. Stand in front of the panel. So I think everything that is more or less horizontal and vertical are the branches, and everything else is the bars. So it's not again this one, right? That would now be testing our faith in the game a little bit if it were. Let's go around this way. Okay. So there is a little nubbin here. A branch goes up and then one little twig goes to the left. And I believe previously I took this corner. Okay, cable is lit up. Another splitter here. So what's the difference? Where does the other one go? These lead us closer to the yellow box, so perhaps let's do the ones in the back here. Oh, okay, now part of the panel is blocked, but we can see what the pattern is supposed to be here from the shadows and the light spots on the panel. So it seems like we go down to the right, then one up and all the way to the bottom. So we go down, up, right, one up and all the way to the bottom. So this part here is this part here, because that's what would be projected if this metal beam was not there. Okay, more of that same variation. So it looks like where is the end point on the left side? So on the right, I think the connection that is made is like this, over and to the top. That's this thing. So we impose a path there, and then over here there's this connection and then one to the end point. So I believe it goes like this and up. I think I need to be closer in order to solve it. So up, down, to the right, and then all the way up. So left there, this thing is this light area. This is the corner. Same on the right. This on the bottom is this thing here. Okay, now what is blocking our path here? Is it the trees? Oh, it's over here. Okay. So I was looking at the right angle, but I was looking a little too far. So now it's projected diagonally. Makes it a bit more tricky. Let's see if I can solve it from here. So we go this way, then it goes down, down, left, 2 up, 1 up, and like that. So that's this part over here. Okay, so there are 2 possible starting points that I can see and 1 end point, but obviously this one doesn't go anywhere. So I think the shadow has shifted over 2 blocks to the left, so that this little stair corner is actually supposed to be here. And then let's see. That would mean that this goes up this way. So let me draw it. We go up, go left, up, one to the right, and then I'm looking again at the panel itself. Hang on. Do we need to go one further? I believe we do. Then up, over to the right, and then we go all the way to the left. No? This. Perhaps this is only one up. Yeah. I think the first time I went one too far in this corner. This is not a good sign. They're projected on the tree. Is that our next puzzle? It is our next puzzle. Okay. Let's see if I can get both in my view. Is there only one start point, one end point? Okay. That makes it a little bit easier. See if I can do it from this distance. So we go right. I think one further. Down two. Left. Down two. One to the right. Staircase up. And then like this. So the part on the right is projected on the tree over here. Next panel. Oof, looks a bit of a jumbled mess. Where is the sun? Oh, it's here on the stone. But also shifted, because the panel has fallen over. Okay, so it goes from the bottom right corner, left up over, left 2. Okay, so left, over, down, left 2, snake like this, and up. So that's what I'm seeing here on the rock next to the panel. Okay, next cable leads up here. There's just nothing on the panel this time. But I think there is here on the fence next to it. So again, the panel has fallen over and shifted. But now we have to imply that there are connections here. Okay, so we start from this point over here. I go up 1, 2 to the left, 2 up, 1 over, 2 to the right, down 1. So now I'm on the 3rd full spoke that you see horizontal. Go over, down, left 2, over, and down. Okay, and then we have what looks like one more over here. So it looks again like our panel or our shadow has shifted, but because there is a bit of distance between the planks in front and the planks and the plank in the back, I think there's a bit of perception in play here, that in the back it will be projected a little bit smaller than in the front. Yeah, because it's a little confusing. You see this and you think that must be connected to this part, but that doesn't make sense because the circle is in the bottom right corner, so you cannot go any lower than this. Like if you were to follow this, you would go here and then think that you need to go down even more, but that's not possible. But there's this sneaky little line there. That's actually, I think, the connection to the bottom part. So we start here, go over, straight line, and then it looks like that line is 2 blocks wide. Looking at this, seems to be 2 blocks. So then this line must also be 2 blocks wide. Even though they look the same width on the panel, I think it's actually wider than you are seeing it. Then over, 1 to the left, up. Then this little corner piece, go right, cross, down, over, left, all the way to the end. I hear something creaking, like a metal fence, perhaps. We have a cable this way. Sneaky door. That seems to open from the other side. Want to have a quick look around that I didn't miss anything, like an audio recording on the ground or something. Oh, there's a path. Right, you can't jump. Would be in theme to hide a environment puzzle in the shadows now. Let's quickly check out this. There we go, an audio recording. I'll let this play while I try and follow where that cable goes.
In a sense, what modern physics is to the history of Western thought, Zen is to the development of the Eastern worldview, the ultimate refinement of more than 2,000 years of incisive debate, discussion, and critical development. Yet the difference between the two could hardly be more marked. Whereas physics is interested above all in theories, concepts, and formulas, Zen values only the concrete and the simple, Zen wants facts, not in the Western sense of things that are measurable and numerical, which are in fact abstractions, but as living, immediate, and tangible. Its approach to understanding is not to theorize, because it recognizes that previously accumulated ideas and knowledge, in other words, memories of all kinds, block the direct perception of reality. Therefore, Zen adopts an unusual approach. Its buildup involves language, which is unavoidable. Any method, even if it turns out to be an anti-method, has first to convey some background in order to be effective. But the way Zen uses language is always to point beyond language, beyond concepts to the concrete. David Darling, 1996.
Okay, a little poetry reading there, or a concept reading. Now, I am more a physicist guy myself. Was a physics teacher for a few years, but I value the Zen philosophy as well. So the gate here, so following the cable, we are led back to the yellow box where one part of the door has opened. So this right half. And we do see that now what was blocking the panel was this part of the door from the sun shining on it. And it looks like there is a path in between the shadows here, kind of like the puzzles we just solved. But this left half is still a mess. I can't say it any other way. So I think we need to open this door as well. And perhaps we do that with that second set of panels that we activated. So there's these ones that are still dark. So let's follow. There was this one, I believe, where the cable split up. That leads us to that panel. Okay, a whole forest and one white flower. Why? Why? Do I stand on the flower and does that show me a puzzle? Perhaps in the clouds. If you stand here long enough, I see kind of a rounded shape there. But although the clouds are quite stationary here. But I'll come back to that later. Today, I'm only focusing in this episode on the puzzle. So let's solve this panel here this time. Also kind of like the temple with the red tree that we did. I see now that there is not a path in between the shadows, but that the shadow is giving us a path from start all the way to the end here on the top right. So I believe we interpret these wiggly shadows as a straight line, and we get a pattern like this. The panel has now activated. Okay, so the lines are becoming a bit more abstract now, but we can still see a general shape. There's this cable going this way. Okay, getting very abstract this time. But still manageable, I think. Only this corner could be a bit difficult. So it seems to have shifted up and left a little bit. So up and left. Well, there's only one way for me to go, so there's not that much thought, because this corner is already filled in, so I cannot cut over there. Okay, so not just one path anymore, but multiple shadows. So I see a break in the link here and here. So going bottom left seems out of the question. If we follow this, there's also a break here, but we can go to the right. There's a break here. So all the way to the bottom. Perhaps this implies... Oh, perhaps we do go to the bottom. Yeah, okay. I thought there was a little break here or here, but that was just me misreading it. Okay, do we have thick branches now? But again, I see a break in the pattern there, so perhaps it's this connection of shadow. So I'll show you first what I think is not the solution. Yeah, and I think this is another one of those sneaky ones with just this little three-side connection. Okay, where did this go? Activated something there. Is that already the yellow box? So is this the same cable? Yeah, it already was that box. Okay. Not as hard as it seemed. So I believe now our puzzle is in two parts. So we had the first set of panels that was choose the path in between the shadow, so the lighted areas, and then the second half, the second set of panels, choose the path that is the shadow. So I think we now combine those two. Right half we go to the light areas, left side we go to the shadow areas. So we start from over here, there's light this way, then we follow the shadow. I think this way, because there's no lighted area one below here. So I go right around this leaf, and then probably up this way. So the line in the middle there is neither. So it's lit, but there's no shadows on it. So you can imply that there's a connection. Now, where is our mountain from here? So it's all the way on the right there. Is it shooting through the trees? Shooting over the trees. Okay, nice. That gives us laser number 5 activated. This set of shadow puzzles in the quarry. So I'm going to end the episode here. Thank you all for watching. I think in the next episode I'll go see around the quarry there if there's a few environment puzzles that I can find. And then perhaps if I can't find a whole lot, I'll do some more panel puzzles. So thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in another episode.